Hey my friends, have you ever wondered why one side of your body always feels a little bit more stiff and the other side is more mobile? Or maybe you can say, I can twist more to one side, or you feel like that side doesn't really want to go that far. And then we somehow accept that, well, this is probably how it is, there might be this explanation or that. Today, I want to talk to you about and share with you what might be at least one important factor in finding more balance in your movements. The first part you might remember from school at some point, like really like little school, when there was like this song where it talks about one bone is connected to the other bone, is connected to the next bone, is connected to the next bone. We'll see that in our friend here as well, where we have, for example, the thigh bone connected to the hip bone. And there we're already getting to the point of it all. The thigh bone influences what the hip bone does. And I'm specifically saying hip bone and not pelvis, because the pelvis, this whole structure here, is actually three bones. Left hip bone, right hip bone, and the sacrum in between. And there are joints. Three joints, one in the front and then here in the back, either side of the sacrum, other joints that we call sacroiliac joints, which means when we have a joint, there's movement. Easy. So if one leg, for example, the way I'm sitting here, cross-legged, one leg is always closer in than the other. Or if you sit in half lotus, lotus pose, one leg will always be on top of the other. The position of your thigh bone will have on one side a stronger influence than on the other. So over time, and particularly if you do the same thing over and over and over again, your body will become accustomed to this and adapt the shape of its pelvis to it. So when the pelvis changes shape, with that, all the attachments of your muscles, and let's stick with muscles for today, change. Pelvis twist means one side of your sitting bones is higher, one side of your sitting bone is lower. What do they have to do with it? That's where your hamstrings attach. So if you feel your left hamstring is tighter than your right hamstring, that might simply be because the left sitting bone happens to be that little bit higher than the right, and with that, it doesn't allow as much mobility. Does it make sense to you? If you don't believe me, let's try this out. I'll have to sit him back for a moment so he doesn't fall over. Good. What I'd like you to do, join me sitting on the floor, cross-legged will do. One leg clearly in front of the other. And then take your fingertips to the hip points, maybe one. Check your hip point balance. You can even see that in the camera here. Okay? Check your hip point balance and you will notice one point is higher off the floor than the other. Take note, keep your fingers there, then change your legs the opposite way and notice how also your pelvis changes. Can you see that the height of my fingertips has changed, and I'm quite sure yours would have too. So the position of your legs, because of their connection to the hip bones, will change the shape, and with that the length of your muscles, giving you a shorter or longer muscles, which you'll notice in your movements, in your positions, in your twists, whatever you do. If you want to learn more, check out one of the AnatomyShow courses so you can find out more about the legs, the hips, the pelvis, the spine. Where does your mobility come from? Why can I twist better than that? It's all in there. I'll see you there.